DC Comics' recent marketing stunts have reeked of desperation, in my opinion, and it's been doing so since they've gone all in. Just calling it all in is a reeks of desperation situation. And what I was hearing before that situation came up from people internal with the company was that they really were desperate, that this is like their last gasp. They were trying to appeal to Warner Brothers to be like, just trust us, bro. We're gonna right the ship and all that. So far, it has sold. What's happened is the Absolute Universe is dominating the top 10. People are buying the Absolute Universe comics. My comic retailer shop say it's kind of weird. He's like, I don't even understand it, but people are buying these issues. Like, even the Martian Manhunter #1's even selling out at the shop. And it's something he's like, well, nobody really wants that, so it doesn't make any sense. And I think a lot of it's being done by speculators more than just readers. And of course, they've done all these weird retail incentive variants and things like that, trying to gin up the numbers with variant covers and the like. That's really painful. And of course, the way that they've done things was with Absolute Batman, they really made it impossible for stores not to buy it. I mean, they made stores be able to get their own exclusive covers for that for like a fraction of what they usually do, and that's what drummed up those numbers really, really high. Now, Absolute Wonder Woman's second print is about to come out for the first issue. And Supergirl #1, in the main universe, is also coming out, and they're doing another tactic here, which we're going to get into in just a moment, to try to gin up sales for this. Now, as the Absolute Universe has done great outside of Batman, nothing in the DC universe is selling in the main universe, and this is why, while they did this desperate sort of marketing tactic that's working, long term, this is not good for the company. They really need to figure out how to get people invested in these characters again, and they're not doing that. They're getting them invested in, Absolute Batman, which is not real Bruce Wayne. It's like Rob Liefeld, steroid guy with a bunch of pouches, like beating people up in a Batman skin suit. Like it's not going to last that long because it's an Elseworlds at the end of the day, and people are going to get bored of it at some point, right? I don't know when that's going to be, but it's going to happen. So unless they get people back on board with the mainline universe, they don't have a sustainable business model for the long term. And that's what they're trying to do with a gimmick here. Now, Supergirl's never really sold well. There's a reason for that. And what they're doing with Supergirl is going to be a disaster as well. We'll cover it the whole way. I'm probably the world's foremost Supergirl expert. I've read every single issue of Supergirl ever, and every single book, even back to the Silver Age stuff with her backups that they used to have. And I know the character better than anybody else. Honestly, they should be having me write it, but they're not. They're having a woke activist do so. And it's going to go badly. But we'll talk about the marketing gimmick and what this means in just a moment. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us as we talk about all things in comics, my friends. Please sign up for my newsletter. And even though my image is not loading the past few days, I have to fix my web or something. There is a Supergirl-esque character in my universe. She's called Metagirl, and she's from my series Flying Sparks. Now, Flying Sparks is a superhero series, and it's got two protagonists. Right here. You can see both of them right here. Even though most of my books have the girl on the cover, there's a reason for that, because you put a pretty girl on a cover and then you sell more books. It is like magic. I don't know why, but that's the reality here. I tried Volume 2. It had a dip, and then I had a big pickup once I started putting the girl back on the cover. I was like, gosh dang it. Usually series don't pick up, right? That's the thing. Like, you don't usually get more people reading in like Volume 4 and Volume 5, but I did. And so I was like, okay, it's probably due to the fact that there's a girl on the cover. Word of mouth helps too, because everybody loved this book series. Now, this is like honestly like a bit of what Supergirl could be. And it's got a male protagonist also named Johnny, who's awesome. And so check it out, guys. Flying Sparks is fantastic, and you will enjoy this. Now, you can get the first volume for free just for signing up for my newsletter. It's a PDF. And then you can read and then catch up, and then you can go to my web store and follow up on the rest of the series. Now, if you just want it digitally, I make it easy for you and less expensive for you as well. The entire series is right here. It builds as a beautiful arc. It's 5 volumes, 15 issues. And so I did a full run in an independent comic. You don't get a lot of this. That actually closes, it ends, and it's really, really good. And the ending really pays off all the way around. You can also get the paperbacks, of course. I love everybody who does so. Check it out, guys. It's in the description below. And make sure to sign up for the newsletter as well. Very important, because we're building an alternative to what's going on here. Now, what DC did with Supergirl is they put transgender artist Sophie Campbell on this. Sophie Campbell's responsible for designing the female Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Yes, they added one of those to add gender politics to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles recently with the IDW stuff. Went so poorly under his run, because he's a dude, that they canceled the book and then relaunched it with Jason Aaron so they could get bigger sales again. And so, of course, what do you do in the comic industry? You bring back the same person who failed at other things for identity politics. This way DC goes, I have a trans person writing my books. I'm so diverse and inclusive. That's what they do. And then they put this book out here. So, of course, they're giving it an Art Germ cover. Art Germ is one of the best artists out there, and here you go. That's going to sell pretty well, as we know. And then we got one from the lady who drew Tom King's Supergirl right here, which was terrible edition of Supergirl that the movie's going to be based upon. And here is what they're doing. Here's the variant covers all the way around. Yay! This is the only one that I think people will be interested in. Now, what they're doing for this is a gimmick again, because they know this isn't going to sell. Sophie Campbell's going to make this an identity politics train wreck. Everything Supergirl has just been a train wreck over the last several years, starting with Rebirth, where they introduced her non-binary friend. Yeah, they did that, and they tried to push this. They tried to push a weird sort of situation. Then it's really about grooming little girls into LGBTQ crap, right, is really what they're trying to do. But it's not going to, it doesn't sell. Now, the iteration that sold pretty well was when Jeff Loeb and Michael Turner drew it, and she looked beautiful, and it was fun back in the day. Did pretty well. That was in the early 2000s. The problem is they've been not consistent with the character whatsoever. Sometimes she's like this rebellious jailbait, whatever. Sometimes she's like a little girl. Sometimes she's an identity politics freak. Sometimes she's, very like, it's just so all over the map that the character's not meaningful in any way. Sometimes she's super powerful, better than Superman. Sometimes she's like got confidence crisis problems. I mean, it's just like, geez. Now, like I said, recent years have been terrible. Mariko Tamaki did a special where she like was just pouting about being herself. I mean, of course, it's self-insert garbage, and that's exactly what all these people do. So we expect the transgender dude to do very similar with this. But they want it to outsell, and the funny part is they know it's not going to do great. They don't want it to outsell Absolute Wonder Woman, but they do want it to outsell the second print. That's the bar at this juncture. And so they're trying to make an incentive here for retailers as a gimmick to get it. And so what's going to result in this is a bunch of stocked unused copies, unread copies in retail shops. It might work for this number one issue. It's not going to move the needle for people actually reading the series, though. And that's the problem that DC's having with all these gimmicks. It's not about readers. It's just about gimmicks to get people to buy it, right? And it's like, okay, you can do that, or you can just put out books and not worry about all that and not really have a ton of variant covers like I do, right? And cultivate a readership. And I think that's healthier for the long term. And that health is what the comic industry really does not push towards, ever. So look at this. They're putting together a promotion to encourage retailers to up their numbers for the final cutoff. If they match or exceed their orders for the second printing of Wonder Woman #1 with their orders of Supergirl #1, they will be able to order additional copies of Supergirl #1 in bundles of 25 for $25 or $1 a copy. Now, that's not usual. Usually it's about 50%. So if you have a $4.99 issue, a retailer is usually buying it for $2 to $2.50, somewhere in there, depending on how many they order, right? And how big of a store they are. So this is essentially discounting this book at more than half off price because they know it's going to be a train wreck, trying to get people to buy it as much as a second printing of another book. That's how little faith they have in this, right? But that's also the level of gimmicks they're going to try to gin up sales. So what they're going to do is this will gin up sales. It's going to work. This is the thing. These gimmicks do work. The #1 all-new collector's issue, it works every single freaking time. It's so ridiculous. But on top of that, but when this does work, it doesn't generate new readers. Like, it really just bleeds off more old readers. So over time, you have more problems. So comic shops are going to stock this. It's another gimmick. It's just, geez, just try to write good stories and stop with these people that you want to put in the same woke people over and over again with these books. It's a complete train wreck, and they're never going to learn. It never seems like they are. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and do get on my newsletter. So important, guys, to be here, because I've got 9 graphic novels that are in development right now that are really wonderful. Make sure you get Flying Sparks Volume 1 in there, and this builds into a beautiful story. Read the whole thing because it is so good. You're going to be thrilled once you get to the end of it. Everybody who read through Volume 5 is like, wow. And like I said, this is a rare thing where I actually picked up sales in Volume 4 and Volume 5 of a series that, like, you know, has been out for a while. That never happens in comic books. So it's a testament to how well this did and how much the audience has responded to it. I think you'll like it. If you like Supergirl, this is really the way. They should have given me the character, but they never will. All right. Leave a comment down below. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back.